Hello and welcome to the Funky Garden Kitchen. Today we're going to be making turmeric beer, which is like ginger beer, except for with turmeric, which I find to be absolutely delightful.
So here we are with a lovely bit of turmeric. So on this plant here, I'm just going to make a small, you could say incision, next to the plant. I'm going to be going pretty deep. Turmeric stores its golden goodness or its orange goodness maybe about 6 to 8 inches under. Yeah, so as you can see here, found a nice little bit of turmeric. So I'm going to go ahead and just tear off a knuckle here. Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? Isn't he beautiful? That's Hagrid talking about Buckbeak.
To get started, you're going to need to make a ginger bug. What's a ginger bug? Ginger bug is kind of like when you're going to make sourdough, you know how you have the mother? A ginger bug is kind of like the mother. We're going to ferment some turmeric. We're going to grate up this turmeric. I just took it from the garden. We're going to add some sugar. And we're going to add some water. You're going to make sure that this doesn't have any chlorine. To dechlorinate your water, if you are using tap water that has chlorine in it, you could just leave it out for 24 hours with access to air, and that chlorine is going to leave the water, or you could boil it for 10 minutes and the chlorine will leave that way. So I'm just going to go ahead and take some of my dechlorinated water, add it to this jar. I'm going to add in some turmeric. Just taking a little bit of sugar. And welcome to day 2. So I can actually see here already some bubbles coming up to the top. Very happy to see that. Our turmeric bug is on its way. We're just going to go ahead and take some more turmeric. Go ahead and leave any skin on. As you saw at the beginning of the video, we just pulled this out of the ground. So it doesn't have a brown skin, but if you're buying this from a store, buy it organic. And you're going to go ahead and leave that skin on. That has the yeast that will aid in our fermentation process, get the bubbles going, bring it to life. And push it in. Boom. I'm gonna add a little bit more sugar. Then you're just gonna let that sit again. Welcome to day 3. Just gonna go ahead and add a little bit more sugar. A little bit more turmeric. Give that a nice stir. And tomorrow, if this is bubbling vigorously, we're going to be moving on to our next step of the process. So now our turmeric bug is nice and bubbly. So we're going on to the next step. Our bug is all set. We can keep this, we're going to use part of it for the brew. And then we can also take care of it. Similar to sourdough, you could leave it in the fridge, well covered, and it can last, a month without being fed, or we can continue to feed it every day and make more batches of turmeric beer. But for now, the bug is ready, so we can start the actual decoction. So for the next step, we need to be aware of how much turmeric beer you want to make. I'm aiming to make 8 liters for this batch, and so I'm going to boil half that amount. So that here is 4 liters. I got 2 liters and 2 liters of water. I'm gonna go ahead and just bring that to boil, along with some grated turmeric inside here. The general recommendation is between 2 to 5 inches of turmeric or ginger for each gallon of your final batch. So we're making 2 gallons, so we could be anywhere from 4 to 10 inches of turmeric. I have this here. I think I might just run out to the garden, grab a little bit more because I like it spicy. So Mari, Alexander, Mari, why don't you grate some turmeric for us?
Okay.
We're going to bring this to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, we're going to bring it down to a simmer for about 15 minutes. Join me over at the stove, won't you? Wow. All right. Turn that down to a simmer. For each gallon of finished product, we're going to add around 2 cups of sugar. So if I'm making 2 gallons, that's 4 cups of sugar. So we're almost there. We're gonna need a brewing vessel. I have this here bin. This is gonna be able to hold all 8 of my liters since I'm making 2 gallons. I'm gonna go ahead and take what we just boiled. I'm going to strain it. All right. Now I'm going to add 4 more liters. This is also unchlorinated water. Right. Now I want to add a little bit of lemon. Just noticing that my shirt is open. Finally, we have our turmeric bug, which we have here. Ooh, real nice and bubbly. So I'm going to go ahead and add half of the ginger starter. Turmeric. I wonder how many times I've done that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add half of our turmeric bug. Maybe a little more. Awesome. Now I'm gonna keep this alive to make another batch. So I have some extra dechlorinated water here. I'm gonna go ahead and add some brown sugar and some more turmeric to this, and gonna keep it going. So all of our ingredients are in here. The last thing we need to do is to just let it sit, and just to make sure no flies can get it. So now we're going to wait until this gets bubbly. It could be a few hours, it could be a few days depending on the conditions. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow and see if we got a bubbly concoction by then, and if we do, we'll bottle. Somewhere shady. All right, so temperatures have been cold here, and so it's taken a few weeks actually for this to get the amount of bubbles I was hoping for. We have ooh, it smells really, really heavenly. So now I'm just going to go ahead and ladle this. Okay, so there you have it. You can see I took some of the little bit left over. This is pre-carbonation. So nice. What we have here is the carbonation stage. So as time goes on, those microscopic folks that we've helped bring into life, they're going to continue to eat the sugars inside here, and that'll have the byproduct of gas. Because they don't have access to the open air, they're shut off with this lid. That gas is going to be forced into the beverage, and that's how we get our carbonation. Yeah, generally people say, 2 to 3 days you'll usually have carbonation, depending, and of course with the speed of the fermentation, any fermentation you do, heat's going to be a factor. Just there's going to be a lot of different variables depending on where you live and what the climate is, what kind of microscopic folk you have doing your business for you. So yeah, in just a few days we'll have these carbonated. I really hope you take this on. Maybe it's turmeric beer, maybe it's ginger beer, maybe it's something else, but I hope this was useful, or at least just something pretty for you. That's Chris signing out from my funky garden kitchen.